Vanakkam. In this session, we will discuss how to create production order and different elements in production orders in detail. So far in this course, we discussed basic concepts of production planning, production types, organization structure. We discussed the master data required for SAP PP, and then we discussed the planning concepts like demand management, PIR, MRP logic, MRP run, how to analyze the results, exception management, different MRP outputs. Then we discuss about detailed discussion on planned orders and overview of production orders. As discussed in the last session, production order can be created manually or it can be converted from planned orders. The production order is telling what is to be produced and what are the components to be used, what are the operations to be carried out, and what are all the work centers to be involved. Also, the creation of production order creates a reservation for the materials. And when we create the production order, the scheduling is carried out, also availability check is carried out, capacity requirement planning is also done. These are the things done in the production order creation. Production orders can be created in different ways. One is that manual creation of a production order for a material that is done through transaction called CO01. And then the planned orders, conventional planned order, individual planned orders of production orders can be done through CO40 or MD04. And then collective conversion of planned orders to production orders can be done through CO41, MD16 or COHV. And manual creation without material, that is for the purpose of repair, CO07 is used. In this session, we will discuss CO01, MD16 and MD04. And users are suggested to practice other transactions on their own. After undergoing this session, you will be able to perform them. And production orders are created through the menu bar shown here or the transaction code CO01. Then system will take us to the screen where you have to enter the material, enter the plant. Also we have to enter the order type. Even if we don't enter the order type, system will pick the order type based on the scheduling profile we maintained in the metal master or through the settings maintained for the metal group or other plant settings as we discussed in the last session. That is part of the configuration. How to do the configuration we'll discuss later. So once we enter the details and then we ask the system to go to the next point, system takes us to the header page. In the header page, we have the details like the order number. Because the order is not created so far, it is showing like this number. Once order is created, a proper number will be shown. Then it is showing which is the material number, what is the plant, what is the order type. These things are shown. And this is having various tabs. The header page is having various tabs. First is the general tab. The general tab contains the details like what is the planned production quantity, what is the planned scrap quantity if any, what is the finished date, what is the start date. These kind of details will be available. When production orders are created from planned order, these details are copied from the planned orders automatically. We don't need to enter them. And whenever we do any action in the production order, like a creating production order or performing scheduling or checking capacity or checking the availability or any creation of controls, system will update the status. These updates in status can be at the header level or operation level of the production order. Similarly, when we perform any partial or complete production entry, which is called as the order confirmation in SAP, when you do the goods movement like goods issue or goods receipt, the system will update the status accordingly. In addition to this system status, user specific status also can be created. For example, some scenarios users will ask, no, I want all these status also to be there. That can be configured. So whenever we run any production system, the production related reports, at that time we can use the status so that we can see what are all the orders created, what are all the orders released, what are the order partially completed. Like this we can see various details. And there is a menu path, right? Functions. Whenever we create these orders, there is a function page. In the function page, we can perform various activities. Because in configuration, sometimes we may tell the system to do some activities automatically, or based on the production order type, we can also say that no, I will perform it when I create the production order. So when you perform means that what are the things we can do. For example, to using this function button, we can release the production order, or we can schedule the production order, or we can check the metal availability check, or we can do that deletion flag to be activated, or to work out the costing, what is the cost details, those things we can see. Now coming to the header page in the assignment tab, it contains the details of the who is the MRP controller, who is the production scheduler, and if it is related to any sales order, what is the sales order number, right? This is where the production order is related to the sales order at any point of time we can see. Also, if it is a project related orders, then work breakdown structure, these things also are available. And then we have the goods receipt tab. In this tab, it is having the details about the goods movements, like which stock it has to go, whether to go the free stock or quality stock when you do the confirmation, mean the production entry, or what is the tolerance can be allowed, over tolerance, under tolerance, and which location the stock has to go. Those kind of details it will go. Please note that GR processing time and production location are coming from Metal Master. Hope you remember these where they are covered in Metal Master. If not, please visit those Metal Master sessions to have clarity. Control tab contains the parameters for the costing and variance calculation, production scheduling profile, what are the control parameters for scheduling, how to create a capacity planning, scheduling is allowed for breaks or not, or automatic rescheduling. These are the points which are covered in this detailed page, the control page. In the dates and quantities view, it contains the overview of planned and actual time of the quantities. What is the quantity and what is the timing, those things are covered. So far we discussed the header details. Now we will come to the operation details. Operation overview has the details of sequence of the production which has to be done. It is selected through the button which is shown here. By clicking that button, we are able to see what are all the operations like operation number, work center, control key, those kind of details. Now let us go and see what are all the details covered in individual operations by double clicking the operation number. For each operation, different tabs are there. In general tab, we have the information about what is the scrap percentage allowed, what are the number of shop floors to be printed for this operation, what is the setup key for this, how the calculation for the operation is done or not, those things are covered. In standard value page, we have information about the default and standard values which are copied from the routing and it directly related to the operation quantity. For example, in routing, you defined I need 5 minutes for one piece. The production is 100 pieces, which means 500 minutes. Those kind of details will be updated here. The planned values for performing the operation corresponding unit of measure is updated in this page. Some of the operations may not be performed with internal work centers due to various reasons. They may be sent outside for processing. This is called external processing. Details for external processing are covered in this tab. The metal supplier relationship known as the purchasing info record is entered in this view. The system checks to see if the control key for the operations allows external processing or not. If it is not there, you cannot enter the external processing. So control key is very important. For any operation, if you want to have external processing, the control key has to be selected right way. Some of the fields for the external operation are shown here like subcontracting, purchase info record, price, all these details will come here. We will discuss in detail how to do external operations in another session which will come after few sessions. In some cases, when a metal moves from one stage to another stage, it may have to wait for some time or it may take considerable time to move from one stage to other stage. So the inter-operation tab, it captures the details like the scheduling data that affects the operation segments like the transition time, wait time, queue time, move time, all these details are there. And whenever we do some capacity leveling or to do some compressing the schedule, what kind of reduction strategy we can use, how much reduction level can be done, those things can be done in this tab. Some of the operations may need to be split and performed. Splitting view contains the splitting data that controls how and when operation must be split during the scheduling. For example, if it takes 1 hour to make one piece of material, the order is for 10 pieces, system will schedule the job in the work center for 10 hours. However, if the operation in the routing you select required splitting, then you put the split as 2, then the system will assume you are having 2 people, so that system will take only 5 hours for this, right? For example, instead of having one person for 10 hours, if you put the split into 2, which means I am 2 resources, system will reduce the time into 5 hours. This is very important for the scheduling activity if you are having, okay? So system to check again the control key for the operations whether it is allowing the splitting or not, and the scheduling or not. In some situations, there may be overlapping between the operations. See, if you see the illustration here, operation 20 is overlapping with 10. Operation 50 is overlapping with 40. Operation 60 is overlapping with 50. That is, before finishing one operation, we may start another operation. Like this, there may be that. So in overlapping tab, data on operations that the system can consider in overlapping during production order scheduling or maintain. The system verifies if the overlapping is required, and if so, the minimum overlap time and minimum send ahead time quantity will be there. Again, the system will check the control key is allowing the overlapping for this scheduling or not. The next tab is the dates and quantities tab, where we can see the results of the infinite scheduling for the operations. The scheduling determines the operation segments such as setup time, processing time, tear down time, waiting time, etc. And also, when the system is working on the schedule, system will calculate the durations. Also, it will assume there will be some minimum queue times or wait times. Those kind of assumptions will be there. In determining the latest date and time, system update the normal queue time, wait time in scheduling. That means when you are working on the earliest date, see here you can see the earliest date and latest date. Okay, in earliest date, system will make the assumption that it will use the minimum queue time and wait time. In case of latest date and time, system will use the normal queue time and wait time to do the scheduling. Again, system will check in the control key whether it is allowing the scheduling or not. So the control key plays very important. Whether the scheduling to be done or not, it is determined through control key. Whether it is for external operation or not, that is also determined through control key. Many other parameters are there. We discuss this control key in the discussion during the routing. Okay, please visit that routing discussion. You can see various elements we discuss on control key. So next tab is that quantities and activities, where system displays what is the operation quantity, how much is the produced quantity, what are the confirmed quantities for the operation. And confirmed data, it contains the actual processing date for the operation. I mean, what is the actual process? Once you execute this, system will show what are the actual details. So far, we discussed the details in the operations. Next, we will discuss the details of components, which are under components overview page. The system reads the bill of material details to bring up the components that will be used in the production process. For non-stock components, system creates the purchase requisitions when the production order is created and saved. This is the integration between PP and MM. During entire production process, system maintains the link with the production order always. That externally created purchase. For example, when operation is sent outside, we'll come to know that particular purchase requisition is created against the production order. And when you have this list of components, we can assign these components to each bill of materials to the particular operation also. If you don't assign anything, system will take and assign all these things to the operation 10. But if you want to change these things, we can use the reassign. Hope you remember the same discussion when you discussed the routing. In the routing itself, you would have done here the operations would have been the allocation of the operations to the different the component assigned to various operations would have been done. If not done, we can do it in production order stage also using this reassign button. So far we discussed various details in production order, and now we talk about what is the scheduling here. Because scheduling is done when the production order is created. So when it is scheduling the production order, system will consider various considerations like dates in the production order, whether it is finite scheduling, the transition times, the splitting, overlapping, float before time, float after time, and what are the reduction we used for this. So various parameters are considered for scheduling. So after entering all the details and checking the details, press the save button to save the production order. Production order is saved. Next we will discuss conversion of planned order to production orders. Individual planned orders are displayed with the MD13 and list of planned orders can be displayed through MD16. A menu path is also shown here. Let us proceed with the conversion of planned order to production order through MD16. When you put MD16, system will ask on which you have to select. Here we selected MRP controller. So put what is the plant and MRP controller. System listed out all the planned orders which are required to be converted. Select the required planned orders and press the convert to production order. Right. So when you press this convert to production orders, the system will convert them into production order. See here, we see the production order details, like a production order creation page we saw, no? Like the page we see here. Here we save the order, then order is saved. Other way of converting the planned order to production order collectively is CO41. Individual collection is CO40. We will use the transaction CO41. Please note here, based on CO41, we have various elements to selection parameters to select. For example, we can select based on MRP controller, or we can select based on material, or based on sales order, or we can select the orders which are firmed planned orders, or what are all the orders which are fully confirmed, the material availability is fully confirmed. Those kind of orders we can select and confirm. So now you see the list of planned orders. Select the required planned orders and press the convert button. Right, there is a conversion button to create the production order. The selected planned orders will be converted into production orders. Other option of converting planned orders to production orders is through MD04. So from stock requirement list, select the required planned order to be converted into production order. There are many options. There are two options to convert the planned order into production order, whether fully conversion or partially conversion. And please note that if the planned order for 100, you convert 40 only. Based on the selection what you do here, what the remaining planned order will be there or not will be there. I am explaining it. There is a planned order 100. I need to convert to 40 now. I want our remaining 40, 60 to be there, which means I have to use the partial conversion order. At some stages, I have planned order for 100, but I want to convert 40. I don't want to have any remaining planned order. Then put the 40 as a conversion, but use the full conversion to production order. So you will not see any planned order. But at the same time, there may be a requirement for this. So the MRP will run. It will create the planned order next time. So whenever you use this production order conversion or partial conversion to production order, the result will be there accordingly. Please take note of it. Let us select the full conversion of the planned order to production order. When we click on the system, takes us to this page of creation of the production order. Check all the details, save the button, order will be saved. Now we want to see the production order created. The display is shown here, the menu path. Transaction code is CO03 to see the production order. Enter this CO03 and enter the production order number. So we are seeing the production order here. The production order number. See the production order page here. Number is shown here 6004606. Earlier it was showing is %00, right? It was during creation, but after creation the right number is displayed. Also it is showing what is the status also. It is created, the printing is done, there is some shortage like this, status also shown here. So there may be some need of change in the production orders due to various reasons, because in business, right, anything can be changed. So now this thing can be done through this CO02 transaction. Menu path is also shown here. After entering the CO02, enter the order number which we have to change. Now we are in the order change page. Here we can change either the quantity or date, any other parameter we want to change, we can change it. And at the same time, when you do the change during the time of a production order creation, and after that when you are changing it, in between if there is a change, anything done in BOM or routing, any other details, system will not capture them automatically, right? If you have any changes done, system will not capture automatically. For that, you have to use this function button and then go and press this read PP master data. So when you have this PP master data, when you do it, system will again go and read all the master data and update them here. This is very important, you have to see, because the production order might have been created today. You may change this order after 2 days. In between these 2 days, there may be update in the bill of material or routing. When you just change the production order, system will not again go and read the master data unless you do this step. So this is very important. Okay. So we discussed in this session what are all the aspects with respect to creation of orders. While discussing the creation of orders, we discussed various elements like a general, what are the details in general view, operations view, components view, and how to read the master data between order creation and change, what are the statuses, how to what the scheduling is happening like that. And the conversion of orders with different methods like MD16, CO41, MD04. So in this session, we discuss how to create the production order with various elements. Next session, we will discuss how to release the production orders and what is happening during creation and during release, and how can we control these things. Those things also we discuss in the next session. Thank you. See you in the next session. Bye.